I want to take a second to thank the sponsors of Everyday Talk Podcast, Ohio Runs Boxing. I encourage all my listeners to go to Facebook, Instagram, check out Ohio Runs Boxing. Kevin Urrutia, man, you've been a big supporter since day one. Hector Bermudez, good buddy of mine, appreciate your support. Make sure you guys go check him out on Instagram and Facebook as well. You are now tuned in to the hottest podcast in the world with your host, Lamar, Champmaker Wright. Welcome back to Everyday Talk Podcast. I am your host, Lamar, Champmaker Wright. Today we have a special guest on the show. He is a trainer of multiple world champions. Just to name some of them, well, we're going to name all of them. Jonathan Guzman, the Irishman, TJ Duheny, there you go. Riyad Murray, Javier Fortuna, and his first world champion was Vernal Phillips, and he was only in his 20s when he got Vernal Phillips to the world title. Let me introduce my friend and great trainer, Hector Bermudez, to Everyday Talk Podcast. What's going on, Hector?
It was good, man. We here, man. I'm glad to do this. And you've been doing a good job with this, so I'm definitely glad to be one of the people that you have on. Man, I'm ready to talk, man. Let people get into my life a little bit, because I'm always quiet. And you've been pushing me to do this for a long time, so hopefully you got some good questions for the listeners. Man,
you just be in your zone, man. You a quiet dude. Like, how many friends you got?
God damn, that's a tough question. Hey. Yeah, I don't even know how to answer that question, man. We'll come back to that one. How many friends I got?
Yeah, I want to, because, if people don't know you, you're a quiet dude, and you just, if I didn't know you, I wouldn't approach you.
There's some friends that I consider friends that don't even like me. But I know there's some good people.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I just deal with you. I just deal with you, man. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to that one. I'm gonna actually write it down so I can come back to it and put you back on there. So give you some time to think about that question. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so quiet and very you're not unapproachable. But if someone didn't know you, you would be unapproachable to the person that didn't know you.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that. I get that a lot. I can see that, and I wish. I'm working on that. I want to be more approachable. Because one thing, boxing is universal. So I want people to be able to come up to me, ask me questions, or pick my brain. And because I do the same, I pick people's brain. I pick your brain. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with that. It's pretty healthy. There's multiple ways to skin a cat. So I want to work on that. I want people to come up to me and be able to talk to me and kick it with me.
Yeah, man, we got to get you out of that, man. When I look at us, I was like, we got a lot in common, man. We're like very similar, but we're like night and day when it comes to like, being open and, talking. Yeah,
we definitely night and day, because you're a little confrontational. I seen you get into some confrontation that me personally I would have avoided, but you like that confrontation. You like to debate.
I don't know.
I think doing a podcast is perfect for you, because this is up your alley. It's hard for me to do something like this. But you love a good debate. Well, I see you on Facebook debating with people.
Nah, you know what, man?
I'm quiet. I'm quiet, but I usually spend time observing.
But what you see, you like to pick people's brains. What better way is to pick someone's brain through a debate? What better way to really get to know someone through a debate, seeing their point of, hearing their point of views and listening to their stance on certain things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I can get you in a heated argument,
I don't know if there's a better way.
Nah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because if I can get you in a heated argument, the truth will come out. If I can get you pissed off, you're gonna tell me everything I want to know.
That's probably up for debate.
Ah, here we go, man.
People can say stuff out of emotions that they don't mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, they're going to say this shit.
I just want to say, for instance, if someone's in a heated debate or emotional debate, they want to win an argument. So by all means necessary, they'll try to win an argument. So even tell lies or stuff they don't mean just to win. I get, I'm kind of freestyling, but I'm just assuming that it's possible not to tell the truth. So what is within me when we're debating?
Yeah.
You think those politicians, when they debate, they telling the truth up there?
No, well, that's a politician. They're liars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe shit they say. Period. But what I'm saying, get a person to that point, man. They'll say something out of frustration that just end the debate for me. When I get what I want to know, I'm done. I'll walk away from it. I don't even want to argue no more. But I remember when we were in Vegas one time, we were eating. You called me immature. You're like, bro, you immature. And I got pissed off at that. I'm like, what?
I don't remember that.
Nah, I remember it, bro. You remember it. I know you remember it. We're sitting, remember, with the team, the other coach, and he was like, bro, you're immature. And I looked at you like, dude, you my boy. You supposed to be on my side.
I don't remember saying that, but I remember us being in that position. Yeah, I remember the time you're talking about.
But I was real pissed off at you. Like, this dude just called me this.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Nah, but you supposed to be my boy. You know what I'm saying? Rather I'm right or wrong, you're supposed to take up for me.
Oh, God damn, that's what your boy was. If you call me a boy, that's what boys do.
Nah, not in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Not in front of people. If you did something dead wrong, okay, I'm going to talk to you about it later.
I'm pretty sure I didn't call you out in front of people.
Call me.
Sure, that's not even me. I don't really.
See, now you're lying inside the debate.
I remember the moment, and I remember you acting up, and I just know that I wouldn't just scream something like that out. But
no, I'm glad you said it, though, because it gave me time to reflect on the situation. Like, you know what, that was kind of immature of me. Because I only did, for that point where I was trying to get under someone's skin, I only did it because it was like payback. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm to this level, you're just getting here, and I got to show you I know more. You get what I'm saying? So that was immature of me.
So, yeah, so you learn from it. So let's say, for instance, I never said nothing. You would have never, it probably took you a while to pick it up.
Yeah, but I'll still do it again in a heartbeat.
So that's immature. Hey, I guess sometimes it's good to be immature, right? To be a little kid, is it? Probably not, but yeah.
I'll do it in a different way. I'll take a different approach, a more mature approach.
How about not seeing it like that? Because there's a caveat there. There's the laws of polarity. That's going to hurt you if you're thinking that way, or not just you. Just when someone is thinking a certain way where it brings negativity or just a bad omen, there's a repercussion behind that.
I agree with that.
Because, karma, I don't know if people believe in karma. I don't even know if I do. But it's people, there's a thing called karma. And I don't believe, like, if you slap someone and you go around the corner, you're going to get slapped. But I believe that, when you entertain something and you embody it, the universe is going to open the lane for you that it's going to be in that realm. So if you're dealing within negativity, the realm of negativity is going to consume you, especially if you outwardly being negative to other people. You're just going to live in that world. Some people can handle living in that world. Some people can't. And usually, if you don't find balance, life will balance you. That's what happened to me. Life balanced me when I wasn't trying to find balance.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't believe in karma, though. I believe that the higher power, if you're evil, I believe that the higher power lets you be great at being evil. You get what I'm saying? And if you're a good person, the higher power lets you be great at being a good person.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, that's safe to say.
I believe, whatever you put out, whatever energy you put out will probably come back to you. But I don't call that karma.
Somebody probably will. Yeah, I think it's defined the same way. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You live in that realm. And some people got that dark cloud over them that they just don't get up off of it, and they keep feeding it, and usually when, I don't know, I had that dark cloud when I was younger and I was in the streets and it just like why things happening, and then, you get into shootouts and you get into beef with police, and beef with rival crews, and it's just like, why is this going on? Because that's your realm of thought. This is what you bring upon you, and when now it's like I don't have that dark cloud. I don't even engage in negativity, And now guess what? I don't have no one shooting at me. I don't have problems with police. I don't, you know what I mean? There's something there. There's something there that happened that I'm able to draw in, good people or people that, they in the same path as me. Usually managers call me. Why are they calling me? They call me because they got a fighter. They want to, their fighter to be good at the sport that I'm in. I practice every day my sport, so it's going to have a connection there. I bet you if I was in the streets and in boxing, something bad's going to happen.
That's true.
With rival crews and police and, et cetera.
Yeah, because you can't live both lives.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't live both.
It's one foot in the street, one foot out.
Yeah, it's one or the other. It's one or the other. Again, we're talking to Hector Bermudez, world-class boxing trainer, multiple world champions. Make sure you guys keep it tuned. We're going to take a short, quick break, and we'll be right back with more of this discussion with me, Hector, a friend that I don't like, but I need him. We'll be right back. Make sure you guys stay tuned.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
You guys tuning back in. We're talking about Al Bernstein. We're talking about different podcasts. We're talking about Al Bernstein had a podcast, and he gave Al Bernstein a picture from the 90s. What did he say about it?
No, I just got, when, you know how they do the fighters meeting? I slid him a picture. I think Fortuna was fighting Robert Easter, your hometown guy.
Yes,
from the mud.
The champion.
Right? So
we won.
Yeah, we was in. Yeah, you guys won. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you win from those three judges, and sometimes you win from the public. So so I think Fortuna won the public. So Bernstein he went in the ring after one of my fights, and he interviewed the fighter that I had on TV there, and I think I was like 22 years old, and he was really young. So it was probably like 23 years ago. And I get on the picture he signed that he was just surprised.
So Al Bernstein, man, we make a lot of memories in boxing, man. And speaking of making the memories in boxing, mentioned all your champions, but you and I, we met on the other side of the track of boxing on that B side. Tough times.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm still on the B side.
Yeah, I mean, we are. I mean, even Fortuna was a world champion, and he was on the B side fighting Easter. It was, I don't mind being on the B side. I don't know if you do. It's much more of a task. It's much more of, it's much more like a determination factor that you have to try to get, this win, not just beat the A side fighter, the house fighter, but usually the fan favorite. But I like being in those positions. It's kind of like the underdogs there.
Right.
I think I do better. Under those circumstances. I think my training camps is a little more on edge and intense because of those particular circumstances.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, I feel like when I'm on a B side too, when people are doubting you, I think that fuels us a little bit when people are doubting. What we got, and as trainers, we know what we have. You see all the articles saying how the fight's gonna go, and it's never gonna go because been in plenty of fights. Where we changed the game and we changed the narrative.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on the B side, it's kind of like one of the biggest competitive advantages that you have. You have to embrace that because of you have a I don't have nothing to lose factor, but everything to gain. And if and the way I choose fighters they have to have that competitive spirit. And if you have that competitive spirit, man, you're gonna fight your ass off. You're coming up. You have a big fight coming up. You're gonna be on the B side, and I know your boys ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready to go, man.
I can't wait for that fight, man. That's gonna be a really good fight.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a great opportunity.
And this is what makes, I mean, think about it. What makes people great. This is why also Mayweather get a little slack, and this is why Muhammad Ali is considered the greatest.
Because of the competition.
How many times Muhammad Ali back was against the wall and he won?
Right.
Against Hall of Famers, versus someone like Mayweather. Mayweather is great, all-time great, but he got people arguing against him that he was never on the B side. He was never, not favored to win.
I think the only fight he was an underdog in was Diego Corrales, and he was never an underdog after that fight.
Yeah, I don't know the statistics behind that one, but I know Diego had to lose like 19 pounds, so I don't know who would have had him the underdog, but that would have been a mistake.
But Diego was a dog back then, man. He was whooping everybody.
Yeah, but the people inside of camps knew that he was drained, 19 pounds. He had a lot of issues going on too behind the scenes. But yeah, he definitely was a dog. Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, I mean, if you see the way he was getting knocked down, he was just getting touched and kept getting knocked down. That's because of the fluids. He didn't properly rehydrate. 19 pounds is a lot.
Yeah, man, he was a big dude anyway down there. So I mean, being on the B side, I think it taught me a lot more, man. I think it taught me, and it gave me, it made me respect the game a little bit more, and the struggle that I went through, it makes me appreciate it a little more. I don't know about you.
Well, this is a guy that I deal with in Belgium. His name is he's from he got a promotional company, 12 Rounds Promotion, Vanicare, right? Elaine Vanicare. Well, he's a promoter in Belgium. This guy started doing his shows, and he used to manage a fighter, he used to train the fighters and promote the show. And I remember being in one of his shows, and I seen him dressed up in a suit in the back, wrapping somebody's hands, rushing all over the place, make sure the concession stand is doing okay, and he's making sure that people's coming in and being seated, and the people that bought the tables. And I'm like, and he's stressed out, but he's all over the place. And I'm like, man, you need to hire people to do this type of stuff, man. You're gonna get burned out. But him doing all that, he don't do it now. Him doing all that, he appreciates boxing. All aspects of it, from the people in the locker rooms to the people in the seats to the fighters. He got a great appreciation for it. And that's similar to working the B side. You have there's a knowledge and there's an education there that you get that you don't get if you wasn't on the B side. I mean, even when I started training fighters when I was 15 years old, and I remember I had my first professional fighter when 16, 17, which I had two professional guys. One was 5'7", weighed 300 pounds. He was I forgot his record.
What was his name, Bomac?
I don't think he ever won a fight.
Was his name Bomac?
Huh?
Was his name Bomac?
No. No.
Oh, okay.
No, not Bomac. Bomac gonna fuck you up, man. You better be careful, man.
I ain't worried about Bomac.
And then there was another kid that was a 140 pounder. He had 3 fingers on one hand. And we used to travel everywhere.
Hold up, you said he had 3 fingers on one hand?
Yeah. On one hand, he has 3, two fingers was cut off.
That's why you're such a good hand rapper, huh?
We were straight opponents. We'll travel, and they used to treat us bad. They used to give us the worst plane ticket possible. I remember a couple of times, quite a few times, we slept in the airport for the next day to get on another plane. And I remember us going to Canada and stuff like that. So it was was bad. It was bad. And then to get knocked out in the first round, and then just to do it all over again, to come right back. But you know what happens there? You know, the travel, the little things that you'll pick up. You know, just to be, you know, me being 16, 17 years old, just being responsible to do the flights.
Wait a minute, hold on. You were doing all this at 15, 16 years old?
Not 15, like 16, 17. I used to travel with them. Yeah.
See, when you was talking about like you started training fighters at 15, I'm thinking, all right, you just, you know, you in the gym. Because that's what I did. You know, like when my coach didn't show up, I'll be training all the little dudes under me. But you were actually hitting the road at 16, 17?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that's nuts. I didn't mean to cut you off. You know, go ahead, man. So, damn.
So, so that's, you know, think about, you know, what we're talking about now, the B-side. So I'm traveling all over the States. We're going overseas, and to get knocked out in the first round, and you know, and then to do it all over again once we get back. Yeah, I had amateurs that I was training, but I just had these two professionals that no one else wanted to train. But you know, me thinking, being positive, thinking like, I could get those to, you know, I could get them to win. It was like legit 5'7". It was like fat. You know, he couldn't go around. As you know, shadow boxing. You know, definitely wasn't going around with someone trying to kill him. So, but guess the experience I got out of it. You know, look at the experience I got out of it, and I'm pretty good at I don't like bragging about myself. I'm decent at doing cuts, and it comes from that, like them getting beat up and me just there being 17 years old working on cuts. So it's a long road. But guess what, right? Nothing great comes easy.
That's true.
Right? And nothing easy can ever equate to greatness.
That's true.
Right? So we gotta appreciate those times.
Yeah, I mean that's how I got started into it, man. You know, I don't know if you remember Gabe Morris, a friend I grew up with boxing, but he is a professional. You know, I never thought I'd be a professional trainer. I was just in the amateurs, you know, giving back to my community. And one day he called me like, yo, I need someone to go out. I need someone to go out there with me. And I said, yo, I'm not a professional trainer, man. He said, man, you could do it. I just need someone to go out there. He set me up though, because I ain't.
In boxing, being a professional is a mindset. Right?
It definitely is, but you know, I didn't know that. You know, I'm young at the time. I'm like 23, 24, and I'm like, you know, this is the big stage. You know, he set me up. He knew what it was. You know, he's a dude that's setting up all his fights, matchmaking his own fights, and all that. Man, you could do it. You know, you could do it. And you know, I went out there, and I was lightweight. I was embarrassed. But I was like, damn, I don't think I could be doing this, you know, coming out here, because he's taking fights that he can't win. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know if I could be doing this. So I just stuck with it, man. And then finally, when I was, you know, going with him, I was working the whole opponent locker room. You know, I was getting, you know,
yeah,
I ain't got
to. Man, that's a drive, man. That's a high. I mean, I guess people could be embarrassed because they're losing. But I love to be in those positions, to work the whole opponent corner and you trying to get an upset. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I did, man. So it's like, one time we went to Chicago and I did it. I was like, you know, it's like, I'm like, damn, none of these dudes came with trainers. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I understood, like, the opponent side of the boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes just taking fights. They don't care. They're coming in to get their paycheck so they can pay their bills. They're not bringing corners with them. So I'm working the whole locker room. And I just remember this night, I was just leaving my water bucket and cut bucket at the ring. I was just standing at the ring waiting for the next entrance. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, this is crazy, but I got my experience. I was able to learn the game. I was able to learn what not to do. I was able to learn like how dirty boxing really is with promoters and managers and matchmakers.
Let me cut you off for a second, because I think there's a lesson here. Because I think while you doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you undervalue yourself. Even while I was traveling and we was getting knocked out in the first round, I never undervalued myself, and that's a lesson within itself. When you undervalue what you do, the world will undervalue who you are. So,
and they won't pay you your worth. And they won't pay you your worth.
Yeah, that's not shit. They're always looking to cut pay, yeah. Right? So even you know, as you traveling and you working all this beachside corners and stuff like that, I don't know how to say this, but I don't know how to put this, because you have to eliminate what doesn't help you evolve.
Right.
Right. And that's not, and you're not doing that. You're not eliminating that by working those B-side corners. But if you don't, you that's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You're eliminating that which doesn't help you evolve. So you have to go through the mud, right? You have to go through hardship to be able to appreciate the other side. The laws of, I always say, the laws of polarity. You have to know one to be able to appreciate the other. And if you never started, like, it goes to like, is rich people happy? They'll probably be happier if they came from nothing.
Right. Yeah, if they came from nothing, yeah. If I get rich right now, I'm blessed. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're gonna appreciate that.
I'm gonna appreciate it, because you've been at the bottom, you don't want to be there no more. So I get it, yeah. But no, I'm not knocking the B side. You know, if it wasn't for Gabe.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. No. I ain't taking it like you are, but I just think it's awesome to work. Is you're at your absolute best, because you're not influenced, you're not stressed. You know, it's really, you have nothing but good to gain out of it.
Yeah. And then when you catch that win, man, there's no better feeling in the world. Gabe did it in Delaware. You know, when he beat the hometown guy in Delaware, I was just like, you know, that's crazy. Then he, you know, Gabe had a lot of lumps. Then we had Calvin. Calvin was a great fighter, man, but just wouldn't. You know, I don't know. I sent Calvin out to you.
50 Cal.
50 Cal.
50 Cal, man. Hey, that's one guy. He got away from us, but man, that's
would have been dangerous.
He's dangerous. It's probably too late now.
Nah, he's only 28.
Him coming and he just didn't know how to win. I learned a lot from Cal. I learned a lot from him, because that's not my mentality. You know, I always have a winning mentality.
Right.
Even if I don't win, or, you know, my back is against the wall, I still have a winning mentality. And I just don't know. I don't know those who don't. I don't see it. But Cal, 50 Cal, and man, I don't want to talk bad about him, but he taught me a lot. He didn't have that winning mentality. And I remember he hadn't won yet, and there was a fight that I was working his corner, and he was winning, and he was going to quit, because not too long before the fight, he had ate some pasta, and it was bothering his stomach, and he was okay with, I feel a little discomfort, my stomach hurts, like, he didn't want to fight no more.
So he was okay with quitting because he ain't won yet.
Yeah, and I was like shocked in the corner. I'm like, man, you bugging. What? Stop the fight. We win. It was like a 6-round fight, and it was like in the 4th round. I'm like, we got 2 more rounds to go, and we was upsetting the dude. I was like, nah, we ain't, and we won the fight, right?
But he wanted to quit. Now, Calvin did the same thing to me, man. I remember we went to Pennsylvania, was fighting a dude, an undefeated dude. Calvin is whooping this dude, right? But prior to the fight, his baby mom, they had moved to like Arizona and with someone. And she called him and was like, I got to get tickets back home. They done kicked us out. Your kids on the street. We got to get back home. All this dude was worried about, right? I ain't thinking nothing of it. We go into the fight, the first round. Calvin put it on this dude. I said, and he comes back. I said, man, look, you got to keep doing that same thing, Calvin. That same thing. He can't handle your distance. He can't handle your jab. Just keep doing what you're doing. Second round goes out, and Calvin, like, he quit. Like, he quit, literally quit inside the match. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at him like, dude, get up. Like, what the, you know what I'm saying? They end the fight. He comes back to the corner. I said, bro, what was that, man? Why would you embarrass me like that? I did we did all this training. We came out here to win this fight. Like, what the fuck is going on? He said, man, I needed to hurry up and get this check so I can get my kids back. I said, what? Killed me, man. Killed me.
Man.
Killed me. Man, look, Calvin one of the great dude, man. Love that dude to death. I learned a lot from him as well too. But he fought wars with like Olympians and had draws with them, and people that were supposed to knock him out had draws with them. Remember on the day notice we was out in where were we? Where was that at? Verona? When they brought
Verona, yeah, Turnstone, New York, yeah.
Yeah, they brought
Turnstone
Casino. Yeah, they brought the damn that Red Williams.
Yeah, he was undefeated.
Undefeated. But I finessed it though. Remember how I finessed it? Like, cause Calvin's dude that we're going in as the opponent. Calvin dude had tested positive for like peds in the piss test, so the fight couldn't go on. They still needed the fight. The matchmaker came and said, "Look, we got a local kid out of Rochester. We can bring him in right now." I said, "We're only fighting him, man, if you're putting us on the A side." And everybody says, "No, it don't matter, man. It don't matter."
Yeah, that was I didn't know that.
Yeah, I said that's the only way we're fighting.
Got that, yeah.
Because I didn't care at that point. You still had to give us travel to go home. You know what I'm saying? So the only way we're gonna fight if he gets put on the A side, and we'll fight the kid. And I think that saved us another loss because we caught a draw. Yeah, we caught a draw with that kid, man. So
yeah, but to conclude on 50 cal, man, I learned a lot. I learned that definitely learned that perception begins in the mind, and we have to learn to observe and see it properly. And I don't think he know his full potential because he had some pop with him. He was long. He was athletic. He
Strong,
had a really good boxing physique, you know. But he just and this is why, you know, people knock a lot of fighters for fighting for lack of better word, bums, you know, tomato cans in the beginning of their career, and that's because they don't know what it takes to really build a great fighter. There are exceptions to the rules, but everybody has the same path, you know. You want to build them up with confidence. You want to build them up with experience. And then when he's really ready and he's mature enough to handle tougher competition, then you put him in tough, you know. And 50 cal never got the opportunity to be put in soft where he could gain confidence in that ring and experience.
Now he would have been a bad boy. You think so? His first 10 fights.
I didn't think. What you said?
I said he would have been a bad boy. His first 10 fights, you know, you would have got him people that he could have built up on.
Yeah, no, I think. Yeah, he would have been. I remember I had him in training, like full-blown training camp. I thought, you know, I didn't care about his record. I just know me. I just have a unwavering faith that what you intend will manifest. So I really thought I could manifest a world champion out of 50 cal. And some people might be like, are you crazy?
No, I had the same belief.
But if I could you know, have him believe in himself and think about it. Thoughts becomes what? Words, right?
Right.
And your words becomes actions, right?
And they manifest.
Actions become habits. Habits become character, and character becomes a destiny. So if I could have got him to really believe in himself, he would have been unstoppable. Because one, he could punch. He had a good weight class. He was tall. He had good athleticism. But you know, I mean, my point is that, you know, everybody take a road of developing, and that's what boxing is all about, is developing. And so you have karate, right? You have karate where you're a white belt, blue belt, brown belt, whatever, and then you got somewhere yellow, and you have black. You know, that's like an add-on. But boxing is not like that. Boxing is developing. You know, you develop into a great fighter. But 50 Cal never got the chance to develop, and and not just 50. There's a lot of fighters out there that doesn't have those people, fighters that not like Olympians and stuff like. They don't have the opportunity to have someone develop them, to get them easy fights.
But this is also where this statement, will must be stronger than the skill, is true. Like, you can have all the skill in the world, man, but if you don't have that mentality, if you don't believe you can, man, it's over. It's a wrap. We done seen dudes that were supposed to do great things in boxing just fall. Like one of the greatest amateurs in the U.S. besides Floyd Mayweather was Ricardo Williams. You know what I'm saying? I remember being in the amateur, like Ricardo fighting everybody running to that ring. Like you said before, previously, you can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You got to be committed. But just with that, just not having the proper mindset in boxing, man, would kill your career. So in training, like, what do you do? Because I know in training, man, like, we working on our skills and our technique, but man, I'm really trying to build that mentality. I'm really trying to, drive it in them. Like, man, somebody get in this ring with you, man, they just, they stupid. You the best motherfucker to ever get inside these ropes. And that's how you got to act, though. So.
No, definitely. I think the confidence necessary for performing like a champion, or to perform on that champion level, like even for a period of time, it comes from, just practicing, repetition, being zoned in into your discipline.
It's a lot, man. It's crazy. I wish people really understood boxing, man, and the shit that we got to go through.
The thing is, I don't know. I don't know, the exact number. I guess it's individualized. Some people say 90% boxing is 90% mental. Some say 10%. Some say 75. Some say 20. So whatever the case is, I just think that we all can agree that one is way higher than the other.
Now, I agree with that, man. I agree with that. So it's like, you take a
do. The thing is, like, by the mental, we don't see the mental victory. Because the physical victory is like you win a world championship or amateur win a trophy, we could see that.
Right.
We could put that on the case. We could put that on the shelf, right? But the mental side of it, when you win it, when like the fighter that's battling something mentally, that value, that concentration that they develop if they win the mental side, because you can lose the mental side of it, but if you win the mental side of it, you ain't gonna see no trophies. Right. You ain't gonna see, but you'll see him being in the flow, being in the zone, having that confidence. A fighter that's confident is a fighter that won mentally. I don't know if I'm making sense here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Prime example, Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Right? You said a fighter he was a mental fighter, right or wrong?
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the prime example of the mental fighter is Muhammad Ali. So it's just like,
because there's a mental fight in your mind. There's a mental fight going on while there's a physical fight going on. It's played against obstacles that are like concentration. That's the obstacle. That's a mental thing. If you lose concentration and you're losing that, or if you're in there and you're nervous, right? Or that's another mental that you could lose. People get in there, they get the jitters, that they don't perform the way they perform in the gym. So the concentration, the nervousness, and a lot of fighters, they self-doubt. They doubt themselves. So that's another mental challenge, right?
Correct. I would say a lot of fighters lose by self-doubt.
I could conclude it by saying that, like a fighter to overcome like all habits of mind, if they could overcome those habits of mind, then you can perform at your peak. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to have a fighter to go in mentally clear. You can't have those girl problems or financial problems or, Even you were talking about 50 cal, he had to get that check and get about it. Something you said about his baby moms or baby or something.
Yeah, called him.
You know.
But with you saying that though, let me stop you there for a second, because I had this conversation before with my fighters, and what I told them is that look, shit happens that we all have to deal with. I've been called, and I'm just their trainer, but I've been called cold-hearted, who didn't care about others, and it's not that I'm like that, but when it has to deal with this boxing or we got something coming up, this is all I'm focused on, and nothing else matters. I don't give a damn about nothing else, bro, but what we got to do in this ring. You get what I don't care whose feelings I hurt. I don't care if no one can understand the way that I'm thinking and the way that I'm looking, like in this tunnel vision. Then you know, basically it's fuck your feelings, because I got to get a job done. Why can't a lot of these fight, and you probably move the same way, man. People probably tell you the same thing, man. You a cold-hearted dude, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? But how do you move that to the fighters, you know what I'm saying, that have families, that have kids? Because at the end of the day, man, if you don't move like that and you allow that stuff to affect you, it's going to affect your career. And at the end of the day, what you're doing this for is to put your family in a better position. So you have to make those sacrifices, even no matter what way it makes you look right now. Because they can say all this right now, but we get to that level, we get to that next level, you get that title, we're all living great.
Find a clique. You'll click with certain guys that have the same mindset, and that's what create. So when I had the first world champion that I trained, it wasn't that I knew a hell of a lot about technique and boxing and all this and that. It was the chemistry. I knew how to get the best out of him,
right? And
that was just by I'm the only one that could grab him in the headlock and throw him in the gym. No one else could do that. No one else had the balls to do it, or the confidence, or the relationship with the fighter. We had that intimacy that I could just like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Get your ass in the gym. No one else could talk to him like that. And like, nah, we gonna run it. No, you gonna hit this double. I remember one time we was in Argentina. Like, nah, you gonna hit this double end back, man. Fuck that. I was like, no, I'm done. Nah. And we was about to fight. I was like, nah, you gonna hit this double end back. We just got done sparring. And I wanted to finish on the double end bag. And he was tired, and I'm like, nah, you're going to hit this. You know what I'm saying? So is certain, I think I got the best out of him because of how, you know, the connection that we had. And some fighters, I mean, and if, let's say, for instance, if he didn't hit the double end bag, like, I'm just, you know, he's quitting on himself. He wound up hitting it. And I have fighters. I remember I lost the fight, but this is one of my proudest moments in boxing because it was on television. I forgot what network it was, but it was on television, and one of my fighters, he wanted to quit. We lost the fight, but it was a close fight. We lost the fight, but and I remember him telling his parents, like, man, I would have quit that. It was a tough fight. It was they both was banging each other up a little bit. And my guy was telling his parents, was like, listen, if there was anybody else in my corner, I would have quit. But Hector was in my corner. How we trained, we was actually on the B side. How we trained for that fight, I don't even run. I don't work out with my fighters, but with him, I was on a bicycle. You know, you see a lot of trainers doing that. That's awesome. But I was with him every step of the way, and that he wouldn't, you know, he didn't feel comfortable quitting.
He wouldn't quit on you.
On me, he would have quit on himself.
That's crazy, ain't it?
But having me in his corner, and that's a proud moment, like, because, you know, I did my part. He tried his best. We was just a little over our head, but it was a majority decision, and he did good. But he would have got stopped if I wasn't in his corner. He mentioned that to his parents.
Yeah, you know.
So I get what you're saying. That your mind is so concentrated, so focused, that it just gets still on just this topic or this goal, and it becomes your mind. It becomes one, right?
Yeah, listen. I obsessed over it, Hector. I like, for real. I obsessed over this shit, like over a world champion.
Yeah. And you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
Yeah,
I know for a fact you're gonna get it.
It's just and then so I don't know if that's like, because I told them that's the mentality you gotta have. Like, I walk out my house every day, my wife pissed off, my kids pissed off. I hear that you spent more time with your boxers than us. I hear all that, but I don't let it affect me because I have a job to do. And if I fail, I can't fail because I can't hear that. You get what I'm saying? I can't go back and tell them why I missed so much time out of their lives, why I spent so much time out the house. I can't fail. So I have to make this work. I need, I got to get a world champion. I got to change their lives. I got to change their future. So that way, when they're talking to their kids, they're going to say, you know what, your granddad was this type of dude only because he wanted to change our future, and he did, and he worked hard for it. It's a fucked up mentality to have, man, but I gotta have it. I gotta get it. And I'm not that type of dude, though.
I don't want to, and it's good that you have that. It's nothing bad. It's just people just have to understand. And it's one life. You want something out of this life. You got one life to live here. You would probably be what's the word? So whatever realm they see you in at the moment, right? Mm-hmm. You'll probably be worse or more difficult to deal with if you didn't have this goal. Yeah. And we often don't see the other side. But if I had, this is where you mentioned where we're similar, and this is where we're similar. I also, I go hard in the paint like this, mentally, physically. Now, I miss out on a lot of things with my children, and I do get complained. Everybody complain, even my own mom, like, hey, you have to spend time with, right? So I hear that, and sometimes I feel it because it stresses me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I speak to my children, and I'm in training camp for 8 months, and there's some sadness that come upon me. But at the same time, if I wasn't doing this, you haven't yet introduced to the audience where I come from. I just say that I did 12 years in jail, and out of those 12, 3 years and 7 months was in the hole, in solitary confinement. So I know there's some screws loose up there somewhere within me. But I know that I have to. This is my sanity. I have to stay goal orientated, or not I'll go into a depression. So what my family don't know is that, okay, if I'm active more, then no, I'm dying. Mm. If I leave boxing and go into the home and I'm there, I know I'll be depressed. I'll die. I felt it already. Mm-hmm. I can't breathe. I can't. I have anxiety. I have to be in the gym. I'm a gym rat, and that's where I could breathe at.
But that's where, when you're in the gym, you feel free.
Everything else is so depressing to me.
Right. And then that's like the gym is for me, the gym is my sanctuary. I feel free. I don't worry about outside problems. I worry about nothing but trying to get where we need to go in the gym. You get what I'm saying? I can have a million problems outside of that gym, man. But when I walk in there, it's like I belong there. It's like the gym is like, man, I'm probably going to be fucked up for saying this, but the gym is like my heaven.
Yeah, I feel you. I just think we got to get comfortable with being misunderstood. All right? Your passion is not for everyone to understand.
Right. And so, your vision is not for everyone to see. Because that's going to...
I didn't hear you. Say that again?
I said, and your vision is not for everyone to see.
Indeed.
Yeah. So look,
man, you like a philosopher.
Man, stop, dude. That's the books. That's the books you got me reading, man. Yeah. That's them books, man. So I had to do that. Look, y'all, I had to go do that. My man's always quoting books and talking on the level that he's on. So I said, man, I got to catch up, man. Let me go read some of these books. We're going to give it to you one time. We're always going back and forth on the religion. Hector thinks I'm asleep, but I'm woke. And on the religion part, Hector is the one that's asleep.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Listen, we doing good. I think we doing good right now. You don't want to open the whole can of worms.
You know.
I think we doing good.
Yeah.
But
You Muslim at heart, though. I know that.
We're gonna keep it civil, man.
But I know you're Muslim at heart, man. That's all that matters.
What's a Muslim?
You know, the one who submits their will to God. That's a Muslim.
So a lot of people are Christian, like they can be considered as Muslims, right?
Absolutely.
They just have to know the proper interpretation.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean that I gotta, adapt the whole Arab culture.
Well, I'm not saying the whole. But see, a lot of people believe that too. They believe.
We wrapping up. Boy.
A lot of people believe that too, though, Hector. No, because I'm not gonna have you throw a shot and try to hang up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of people believe that Islam is the religion of Arabs. That's not true. Look.
All right, man. Peace, blessings to you, man, and it's good talking to you, man. We'll do this again next week.
Yay!
Thanks for listening to this episode of Everyday Talk Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so that way you will be alerted when there is a new episode. Want to follow Lamar? Follow him at Champmaker419 on Instagram and Twitter, or Everyday Talk Podcast on Facebook.